welcome to fresponse.com. Today we're going to talk about the fresponse Linux examiner tools, specifically imaging, as well as our new auto resume imaging capability that's part of the latest pre-release. Alright, the first thing we need to do is open up our fresponse management console. This is what we're going to use to deploy and start fresponse on our remote machine, as well as restart our image, and in this case demonstrate what it's like to reconnect a disconnected image. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is start our license manager. Just like classic fresponse under Windows, the license manager brokers access to our license dongle. It allows us to start software on a remote subject and of course validate whether our license is expired, etc. And we're going to deploy fresponse to a remote machine. We're going to put in some Windows credentials, and we're going to deploy fresponse to that remote Windows machine and get it started. The process is pretty straightforward. We put in a user account, domain information, as well as a password, and then we'll use that credential to go ahead and add in a machine to deploy the fresponse software to. Provided the credential is valid, it's going to access the remote machine, copy over an executable, register it as a service, and start that service. Of course, when the service starts, what it will do is it'll reach out and talk to that license manager, validate its license, and appear on our list of available subjects. And here we can see that machine. We're going to go ahead and create an image of disk 2. When we create an image of disk 2, what we're going to do is we're going to have that image created directly to our local machines. The first difference here is that by making this image, we're not actually mounting the drive. We're not mounting the disk. We're literally imaging the actual fresponse target directly. So we're going to need to know the fresponse target we want to collect, as well as the fresponse username and password information we set up. We'll give it an image name, and we'll select a directory to save it in. Then lastly, we're going to check this option to auto recover from a subject disconnect. That does exactly what it sounds. What will happen is we'll kick off our image, and we will cancel or actually stop the software on the subject halfway through. Then we'll go ahead and restart the subject and show you that it resumes. Essentially what's going on here is we're creating that EWF, that expert witness format image, and roughly every 2 gigabytes worth of data collected, we set a checkpoint of recovery information, so that in the event of a loss of connectivity, we can roll back to that last checkpoint and resume. So once we get about 40-50% into here, we'll go ahead and forcibly remove fresponse from the remote machine. So we're doing exactly what we described. We're going to take fresponse off of that remote machine in the middle of an image. We didn't stop the image, we didn't turn it off, we didn't cancel it, we just removed fresponse from the remote machine. Now the imaging operation is going to figure that out, and when it does, it's going to drop the performance to 0. Of course, we can't be doing anything because there's no data to transfer, there's no fresponse to talk to. The status is going to fall into reconnecting. Essentially that means fresponse's imager is trying to reconnect to that remote subject, but it's not there. So now we're going to redeploy the fresponse software back to that remote subject. And what we'll find is that the moment we do, and once the subject software is operational, the imager will figure that out, resume where we left off. Within so many bytes, it will go back to that last 2 gig checkpoint. So there we have it. The image is able to complete. Once it's done, we'll have a single EWF or a single E01 file, so single expert witness file format image residing on our machine, as well as a log file that details sort of the image acquisition, start and end times, the hash, etc. So all of this information is available to you. We have an imaging capability that now offers automatic resume. Alright, so here we are roughly 90%. Once we reach 100%, we'll be able to go out to the desktop and take a look at it. We can see the image is completed. There's our E01 file, and next to it our log file, and as we indicated, it contains all the information. Alright. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of where we're headed. We've got a new auto resume capability under Linux. It's available in the pre-release. It will be available in the next major release of fresponse for Windows. All of this is on our website, www.f-response.com. If you have any questions, you can send us an email at support@f-response.com or sales@f-response.com. Thanks, and have a great day.